Today we got a classic matchup. Batman vs. Deathstroke with a twist. It's a death match. They will be going for the kill. So who's coming out on top? Let's find out. Bruce Wayne, who witnessed the murder of his billionaire parents as a child, swore to avenge their deaths. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, mastering martial arts, detective skills, and criminal psychology. Costumed as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, using a high-tech arsenal, he became the legendary Batman. Though he doesn't possess any innate superhuman abilities, Batman is considered by many one of the most dangerous and powerful men in the world. Due to his intense training and regimen, Bruce has accomplished feats that many people consider to be superhuman. He can bench press up to 1,000 pounds, with over 1 ton of his legs. He's an accomplished gymnast and acrobat, actually incredibly fast, both on his feet and in combat. He's actually fast enough to dodge point-blank gunfire before, and has caught one of Green Arrow's arrows in mid-air. Batman is said to have been trained in 127 different forms of martial arts. Primary style of combat is a mixture of judo, ninjutsu, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, karate, and dragon-style kung fu. However, he is known to change up his fighting style in order to remain unpredictable. He also knows every pressure point of the human body, which includes numbness, dizziness, unconsciousness, and even temporary paralysis. Bruce is a master of stealth, having been able to vanish in plain sight before, and groups of superheroes have been unable to locate him. His accuracy is said to be on par with Green Arrow. He's an excellent strategist, and always keeps multiple steps ahead of his opponents. The Batsuit is designed to be terror-resistant, bulletproof, and immune to temperature extremes, although it has shown some vulnerability to sharp objects like knives in the past. Batman has tons of different gadgets, like magnets, sonic weapons, grapple guns, smoke bombs, twin laser darts, lots of different batarangs, miniature explosives, and incendiaries. So that's we got one corner, Batman, the Dark Knight, the Caped Crusader himself. But, enter the ring, in the corner, one of the greatest assassins in the DC universe, Deathstroke. Genetically engineered to surpass all human limits. Once a soldier, Slade Wilson now works with one of the most feared assassins in the DC universe. He's frequently clashed with the Teen Titans, Batman, the Justice League, Green Arrow, and even gods. As a result of an experiment conducted by the US government, Slade Wilson became a super soldier, with his muscular system hardening, making him way stronger than the average human. He's even strong enough to cut a car in half with his sword. Slade is fast and agile enough to take on entire superhuman teams alone, and he's tagged Kid Flash in combat before, which is insanely impressive. He also has a nice healing factor, recovering from injuries much faster than the average human. However, while he can survive gunshots, being stabbed with a sword, his healing factor isn't great enough to allow him to regrow lost eyes or limbs. Slade is genetically engineered to think 9 times faster than the average human being, which gives him incredibly heightened senses, reflexes, and agility. He's also able to identify small changes in the air to signify a sneak attack, can cut a fly in half with a paperclip, can fight an entire ninja clan all by himself, and easily dodge point-blank gunfire. Deathstroke is an exceptional fighter, is an expert in unarmed combat, as well as both melee and ranged weapons. He always carries around a Promethean broadsword that is more durable than titanium, nearly indestructible bow staff that can discharge a powerful energy blast, various handguns, rifles, explosives, and bladed weapons. In short, Deathstroke is the DCU's premier mercenary and assassin. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, Batman vs. Deathstroke is already a classic fight in DC Comics, one that we've seen on the page countless times before, with each side claiming their fair share of victories. However, Batman is always operating within a strict moral code of no killing, and Deathstroke even has his own unique and complex moral code, where he doesn't see himself as a villain, only kills who he's hired to kill, respects what heroes do, and definitely respects Batman, hopes never has to kill him, and even thinks Batman would make a great assassin as well. So what would happen in a morals all fight, a death match, where both of them are going for the kill? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Now, first things first, take a look at physicality. See which one is stronger. Being genetically enhanced by the government, Slade is easily superhuman and strong enough to send men flying backwards with punches and kicks. He's ripped through metal restraints and handcuffs before, and even kicked Nightwing and slammed a Deadshot so hard they both warped metal. Then in his armor suits, Slade's been able to rip off an airplane door, cut off airplane wings, pick up massive pieces of concrete, and even knock out a weakened Mr. Majestic. Slade also has absolutely no problem killing. He's an assassin after all. Able to cut someone's head in half with a sword, crush someone's head with a kick, straight up slice people right in half. Right down the middle. But on the other end of the spectrum, while Batman might just be a normal human, he is so far beyond what we would consider to be a normal human, can actually rival Deathstroke, even though Slade is a super soldier. He's ripped the door of an airplane off its hinges, while the plane was actually in the air. He's momentarily overpowered both Deathstroke and Killer Croc before, and even broke guns in half of his pure grip strength. He's kicked SWAT officers straight through brick walls, kicked Bane straight through a solid steel door, even punched through missile-proof doors. He's knocked out Deathstroke with one kick, took out both Grundy and Amidala at once, and easily injured a bulletproof superhuman. So Deathstroke is still technically stronger, considering that he is a superhuman, but Batman isn't far beyond at all. Bruce is insanely impressive, especially for just being a quote-unquote normal human. Moving on, what about durability? Well, for starters, Batman's able to take combined hits from Solomon Grundy and Amidala during his fight against them. A hit from Damage only ended up breaking 3 of his ribs. Bruce is even taking attacks from Superman and a massive beating from Professor Zoom. Bruce's suit also greatly increases durability, as it's completely bulletproof, even able to block near point-blank machine gun fire. Not just his chest or something like that, his entire suit is bulletproof, even his cowl and his cape. He's also survived massive explosions capable of destroying buildings or massive submarines. But through all this, even though Bruce is remarkably durable, he can still technically be injured. He is just a human after all. However, through this pain and through these injuries, Bruce has continued fighting even after being shot in the stomach. He took his scythe from Scarecrow all the way through his chest, and he was still alive and fighting after being stabbed in the neck, stabbed through both lungs, stabbed in the eye, having his face lit on fire. So he can keep on going through a whole lot of pain and damage. Then in regards to this fight, well, he's taken some massive beatings from Deathstroke, managed to remain standing, and actually won. And his gauntlets have also managed to block Deathstroke's sword attacks before too. So, flip the script. How durable is Deathstroke? Well, in his armored suit, Deathstroke has taken shotgun blast and point-blank shots from a handgun to obviously nothing. His suit is just completely bulletproof. He's taken grenade blast and RPG blast, and Slade actually continued fighting even before he hit the ground. He's taken falls from multi-story buildings. He's stood up to helicopter fire. He had a submarine thrown on top of him, yet still kept on fighting. He withstood the impact of a freaking submarine. And as if that wasn't enough, Slade isn't just durable, but he's got a remarkable healing factor on top of that. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not as great as someone like Wolverine or Deadpool, but it does allow him to just push himself further and harder and fight through injuries better than the average person. He said in the past he's able to heal from any non-lethal injury. An incision into his chest healed in just seconds, he'll patch up bullet wounds in just a few minutes, and a point-blank shot through his head healed in just a few hours. To top it all off, he's even been able to come back and heal from essentially death itself, as there have been times where he's been shot through the chest, stabbed through the heart. He just had his heart completely stop altogether, been officially declared dead every single time, but yet still came back to life in the end and every single time. So yeah, just like with strength, Deathstroke is a whole lot more durable. Plus he's got much better armor, and he's even got a healing factor on top of that. Then finally we gotta talk about speed. And just like with strength and durability, Slade is also superhumanly fast. So fast, in fact, he's been able to regularly evade hailstorms of bullets, even at point-blank range or from insanely accurate shots like Deadshot. He can dodge bullets after they've been fired, meaning he's literally moving faster than the bullet, can even block gunfire with his sword. On top of that, Slade can actually just see faster than a normal human. It's been said before that he was almost impossible to shoot, and with his genetic augmentation, there's no delay between Slade's brain and his muscles, which is the basis behind his superhuman speed. In fact, because of this, he was able to fight against speedsters in the past, tagging Kid Flash on several occasions. Even though Cassandra Cain isn't necessarily a superhuman speedster, she is incredibly fast, yet she still said that Slade is stronger, smarter, and faster than her. But Batman is incredibly fast as well. He's been able to hit multiple arrows fired from Green Arrow out of the air, deflect and block bullets even at point blank range, and dodge bullets at point blank range as well, dodging bullets coming at it from multiple different angles, and dodge bullets as he was actually running and moving towards the shooter. Bruce even dodged multiple shots from Deadshot. And while it is common knowledge that Floyd holds back against Bruce, there have been a few occasions that Deadshot explicitly said he was going to kill Batman, yet Bruce still dodged those bullets. If you really want to get into it, just like Deathstroke has tagged Kid Flash before, Batman's done the exact same thing, and managed to grab Impulse while he was in motion too. However, through it all, Deathstroke is definitely still physically superior, which shouldn't really come as a surprise, seeing as a genetically enhanced super soldier, Batman is just a peak human. But if Deathstroke is more physically impressive, well, Batman is the better fighter. He's mastered 127 different forms of martial arts, is able to seamlessly and instantly switch between these styles, combine them to the point where 5 different styles are combined into one lunge. He's able to identify an opponent's fighting style and use the perfect counter for that particular fighting style. And he's even invented a completely new martial arts style in only a few months. He's taken on 40, 50 men in just a few minutes. He's fought his way through around 100 armed soldiers, fought against the entire Suicide Squad, quickly took down Deathstroke and Deadshot at the same time. Batman has even beaten Bane, Joker, Riddler, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Killer Croc, and Two-Face all at the same time. He's also fought against super skilled fighters and metahumans before as well, actually doing this on pretty much a nightly basis. He's matched up against Lady Shiva, Bronze Tiger, Cassandra Cain, David Cain, and even Karate Kid, who are all some of the absolute best fighters on Earth, with Karate Kid having mastered every fighting style in the galaxy. And one thing that is firmly in Batman's corner is the fact he can use nerve strikes and pressure points. Bruce knows every single pressure point and nerve cluster in the human body. He'll paralyze people, shut down arms and legs, or just simply knock someone unconscious with just a touch. But it's not like Deathstroke doesn't have any skill here. I mean, since Slade is known as the world's greatest mercenary and assassin, it comes as no surprise that he is easily one of the best fighters in the DC universe. He's easily fought against Batman, Green Arrow, Deadshot, Nightwing, Ra's al Ghul, and Bronze Tiger, and even beat both Black Canary and Green Arrow at the same time. He's also an expert analyzing opponents, using their weaknesses or even just the environment to his advantage, like when he outsmarted Aquaman by turning his enhanced senses against him, or used simple glow stick bullets against Superman to trick him into thinking it was kryptonite. But if Deathstroke is physically superior, Batman is the better, more skilled fighter. Here's where we get to the crux of the argument. How will they fight against each other with morals off and going for the kill? Well, right off the bat, Slade has got gear and weapons that are a whole lot more suited for killing. He does tend to favor guns and conventional weapons while in a fight. But Deathstroke's also got grenades powerful enough to bring down buildings, thermal detonators that can take down an elephant, an energy stat that can blow up helicopters and destroy boulders, and there's his sword, which is sharp enough and strong enough to slice right through metal, through cars, and through airplanes. If Deathstroke is going all out, he could potentially just slice clean through Batman, just right on through. Although, to be fair, Batman has stopped Slade's sword with his gauntlets before, so there is that to consider. But if we're talking gear and weapons, well, Batman is a whole lot more dangerous in that regard. And I'm not just talking simple batarangs or grappling hooks or things like that. He's got flashbangs that have blinded both Superman and the Spectre. He's got explosives that destroy Doomsday clones, sent damage flying backwards. He even injured both Captain Nazi and Superman. Also worth mentioning, but using them in a lethal way, while he's always gone non-lethal in the past. Bruce has got knockout gas capable of instantly taking down both Killer Croc and Clayface, lasers that can cut through a mazo, and tasers powerful enough to injure Superman. On top of that, his sonic weapons could really wreak some havoc. So which one of the thing is more dangerous morals off? Deathstroke or Batman? Well, obviously both are insanely dangerous. Both would kill each other in an instant. But I think what's different between the two is just Batman's much more versatile arsenal. Because while Deathstroke's arsenal is more designed to kill opponents, Batman's faced it all before and come out on top. Yeah, Slade might have been using it in a non-lethal way, but Bruce has still faced him a lot of times before while he was using that gear and won the fight. On the other hand, a morals off Batman is going to be using gear that Deathstroke might not have seen before, at least more powerful gear than Slade's previously seen in fights with Bruce. Basically, my point is, while they fought against each other a whole lot, both sides had come out on top before, Batman has a much higher potential than Deathstroke in a death match. He's the more skilled fighter, can physically compete with Deathstroke, but most importantly, has gear and weapons able to injure Superman, Green Lantern, Damage, and others. I could see Deathstroke claiming maybe 4.5 wins out of 10, but I'm actually going to give the majority to Batman. A morals off, bloodlusted Batman fighting for the kill is a very, very scary thing. A very scary thing indeed. And he's coming out on top here. Batman wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, subscribe button, turn notifications from the Fanco Army, and I will see you all next time.